ThirdReality has launched this new voice and music assistant dev edition, and I'm going to look at how it performs, what is the sound quality like, then I'm going to disassemble this device to see its various components inside it, and finally then connect it to Home Assistant to see how it performs at various distances and also when it is placed next to a TV. Now on opening the box you get this power brick as well as this USB-C cable, then two micro USB cables along with this debug board for flashing the firmware, and then finally we have the device with this pristine white look with flushed buttons on the top, and the build quality is really good. So this device is first of all not based on ESP32, but rather it has a Linux system running on a quad-core ARM A53 CPU having 256 MB RAM and 512 MB flash storage. It has dual microphone for voice capture and a 3-watt speaker inside the case that supports text-to-speech playback and music assistant streaming. Now on the top we have this mute button to mute the microphone, then we have these volume buttons to decrease as well as increase the volume of the device, then we have this middle home button that can trigger automations for single press, double press, triple press, and finally we have this one button which is right now not mapped to anything, but maybe in the future updates it could be available to be mapped inside Home Assistant for some use case. Now I wanted to see the various internal components of this device, so I opened up the device by first removing the rubber padding from the bottom, and then I unscrewed the bottom plate, lifted the PCB, and then after removing the PCB I could see the Wi-Fi antenna, the AM logic quad-core ARM CPU, and then we have this USB-C connector to power on this device. Then I further removed the screws which holds the speaker block, and if you see here the speaker block has two speakers. Now after removing this filter you can see this speaker inside it. I put back the filter and then inside the case you can see this PCB which controls the various buttons on the top of the device. I then assembled the components back again, put the speaker block inside, then connected the PCB back again, attached the bottom panel to the device, fixed the screws on the device, attached the bottom rubber padding, and connected the USB-C power cable to power on the device. Now to connect this to Home Assistant, you need to use the Home Assistant companion app and turn on your Bluetooth on your phone. Then in devices and services, you should see this device being discovered. Now click on add and here enter the Wi-Fi credentials, and this will now connect the device to your Wi-Fi network. Once it gets connected, the device pops up in Home Assistant wherein you can click on add and follow the voice satellite setup in order to add the device to your Home Assistant. Now here I'm going to select full local processing. That means I'm going to use all my voice assistant components running locally inside Home Assistant. Now once the device gets added, it gets added into ESP Home wherein we get these various controls and configurations. Like first of all we have this media player control wherein we can control the volume of the speakers from this device. Then we have is this home button wherein we can trigger some kind of automation based on the home button. Like we have this single press, then we have double press, and then finally we have triple press to trigger some kind of automations using the middle button, that is the home button. Then we have a few configurations here. I wouldn't say few, but quite some configurations here. First of all, we have this voice assistant pipelines that we want to invoke. Then we have finished speaking detection, whether it is relaxed, aggressive. So this option is available with other voice assistant also. Then we have the firmware update information. Then we have this mic auto gain, which can be set to a value. I'm going to set it to max, that is 31. Then we have this microphone noise suppression. I'm going to set it to high here. Along with this, the mic volume, I'm going to set it to maximum, that is 100%. And then here we can mute the mic with this button here. Then we have this stop word sensitivity. So this is right now set to 0.5. This is the word that you would save if a timer has been set and you want to stop the timer. Then we have is this thinking sound, which will actually play a sound when it is in the thinking phase. Then we have the wake word, wherein we have quite some new wake words like Alexa, this one called as Choo Choo Homie, which is a nice one actually. And along with that, we have some of these regular wake words that we have. Then we have the wake word sensitivity being set here, as well as the wake word 2, which also have these wake words here. Now to compare the sound quality of this device, I'm going to compare it with the Home Assistant Preview Edition. So let's look at it. Now, if you have looked at my channel, I have reviewed various voice assistants such as the ReSpeaker Lite, the ReSpeaker 4 microphone array, then the DIY ESP32S3 voice assistant, and also the Home Assistant Preview Edition. You can check out those videos. I'll add the links into the description below. Now, if you have reached up to this part of the video, then hit that subscribe button as well as hit that like button so that the YouTube algorithm can recommend these videos to others, which also helps me to grow my channel further. Now, I'm going to check how this device captures the voice at various distances, and I'll be using the Jarvis wake word, so you might have to mute your voice assistants at home. Hey Jarvis, turn on the light. 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 Now let's look at some of its downsides. Firstly, this device does not have a 3.5mm audio jack to connect external speakers. Then when I placed this device next to my TV, it does not even detect my wake word and any of my commands. I also noticed that the sound is emitted only from one of the speakers. I'm not sure if it's only my device or if it's in general, but only one of the speakers was working. In terms of advantages, I would say that the sound quality of this device is much better than all the voice assistants that I've tested until now. As well as the build quality of this device is really good, giving you that premium quality look when the device is sitting on the desk. You can buy this device on the ThirdReality website for $79 as well as on Amazon for the same price. Links are present down into the description below. Now, if you like to see such videos about making your home smart with Home Assistant, then make sure to hit that like button as well as hit that subscribe button for more such videos to come. Now, you can support this channel via Patreon, or you can just buy me a coffee and I'll be really grateful to you. Till then, take care and I'll see you in my next one.